Have you ever been absolutely certain about a memory, only to discover later that it never actually happened? Picture this. You vividly recall a conversation with a friend, complete with every detail, every word spoken, only to find out that the entire exchange was a figment of your imagination. Or perhaps you recognize a face in a crowd, feeling an instant connection, only to realize you've never met this person before. Welcome to the perplexing realm of false memories, where the line between reality and imagination blurs in the most unexpected ways. Let's take a journey back to the 1990s, a time when psychologists stumbled upon a mind-bending discovery. They found that they could plant false memories into people's minds, like seeds in fertile soil. One particularly famous study involved researchers telling participants a story about getting lost in a shopping mall as a child. What happened next was nothing short of astonishing. Many of these individuals later remembered the event in vivid detail. They recalled the tears streaming down their faces, the panic rising in their chests, and even the distinct smells of the mall. The kicker: none of it ever happened. These memories were entirely fabricated, yet they felt as real as any genuine experience. So, what's going on here? Why does our brain play such elaborate tricks on us? Well, here's the thing. Memory isn't like a video recorder, faithfully capturing and storing every moment of our lives. It's more like a puzzle that we reconstruct every time we try to recall something. Each time we dip into our memory banks, our brain goes through a complex process of piecing together fragments, filling in gaps, and creating a cohesive narrative. This reconstruction is influenced by a myriad of factors: our emotions at the time of recall, our expectations of what should have happened, and even suggestions from others around us. That's why false memories can feel so incredibly real, because your brain is using the same tools and processes to construct them as it does for genuine memories. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's interesting, but does it really matter? The truth is, false memories are far more than just quirky brain tricks or amusing anecdotes. They can have profound impacts on our lives, relationships, and even the course of justice. Imagine a courtroom scenario where an eyewitness testimony is based on a false memory. The consequences could be life-altering for the accused. Or consider how false memories might affect our personal relationships. A misremembered argument or a fabricated slight could create rifts between friends or family members. But perhaps the most unsettling aspect of false memories is how they can shake the very foundation of our identity. Think about it for a moment. Our memories shape who we are. They form the narrative of our lives, influencing our beliefs, our behaviors, and our sense of self. So what happens when those memories are unreliable? When the stories we tell ourselves about our past might be partially or entirely false? It's a concept that's both terrifying and utterly fascinating. However, before you start doubting every memory you've ever had, there's some good news. Understanding the fragility and malleability of memory actually gives us a certain power. Armed with this knowledge, we can take steps to protect ourselves from the pitfalls of false memories. We can make a habit of double-checking important details, especially when it comes to significant events or decisions. We can be more aware of suggestive influences, whether they come from others or from our own expectations and biases. And we can practice mindfulness techniques that help strengthen our ability to form and recall genuine memories more accurately. In a way, the imperfection of memory makes us uniquely human. It speaks to our creativity, our adaptability, and our endless capacity for curiosity. Our brains aren't just passive recorders of events. They're active interpreters of our experiences, constantly weaving together the tapestry of our lives. This dynamic nature of memory allows us to learn, to grow, and to see the world in new ways. Consider how our memories change over time, often becoming rosier or more dramatic than the actual events. While this might not be strictly accurate, it can serve important psychological functions. Those embellished childhood memories might strengthen family bonds. The way we remember overcoming past challenges might give us the confidence to face new ones. Even false memories can sometimes have positive effects, shaping our identities and motivating us in beneficial ways. But let's dive deeper into the mechanics of false memories. How exactly does our brain create these convincing illusions? It turns out that the process is closely tied to how we encode and retrieve information. When we experience something, our brain doesn't store a perfect replica of that event. Instead, it stores key elements and associations. Later, when we try to recall the event, our brain reconstructs the memory using these stored elements, along with our current knowledge, beliefs, and emotional state. This reconstruction process is where things can go awry. Imagine you're trying to remember a childhood birthday party. Your brain might combine elements from several different parties, add in details you've seen in movies or heard in stories, and color the whole memory with your current feelings about birthdays. The result? A vivid, emotionally resonant memory that might be entirely false or a mixture of truth and fiction. External influences can also play a significant role in creating false memories. Suggestive questioning, for instance, can implant ideas that become incorporated into our memories. This is particularly relevant in legal contexts, where leading questions during interviews or interrogations can inadvertently create false memories in witnesses or suspects. Media exposure is another powerful factor. In our hyper-connected world, we're constantly bombarded with information, images, and stories. Over time, it's easy for elements of these external narratives to seep into our own memories. You might find yourself remembering being at an event you only saw on TV, or recalling details of a story that actually happened to someone else. The phenomenon of false memories also raises fascinating questions about the nature of truth and reality. If a memory feels real, does it matter if it didn't actually happen? Some philosophers argue that our subjective experiences are what truly matter, regardless of their objective truth. After all, a false memory can shape our behavior and emotions just as powerfully as a true one. This brings us to an intriguing possibility. Could we harness the power of false memories for positive ends? Some researchers are exploring this idea, looking at ways to create beneficial false memories that might help people overcome phobias, boost confidence, or even promote healthier behaviors. While this raises ethical questions, it also opens up exciting possibilities for psychological interventions. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of memory, we're gaining invaluable insights into how our minds work. We're learning that our brains are not perfect recording devices, but rather creative storytellers, constantly weaving together our past, present, and future into a coherent narrative. This understanding can help us be more compassionate towards ourselves and others when memories don't align, and more open to the possibility that our recollections might not always be as reliable as we think. If this journey into the mysterious world of memory has sparked something in you, imagine what other fascinating aspects of the mind we could explore together. There's so much more to discover about how we perceive, think, and remember. Why not join me on this adventure? Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone who would love to dive into the enigmas of the mind. Let's keep exploring the incredible landscape of human cognition. Together, we might just uncover some mind-blowing revelations about ourselves and the world around us. Until next time, keep questioning, keep wondering, and remember, your memories might not always be what they seem.